our next international youth investor is a Vietnamese who moved to Japan 5 years ago. Having received an enriching international education, he came to the realization that more could be done to improve the experience of learning in schools. Let's now invite Tran Hoang Long to share more on this. Long, please.
A crow. You guys don't know what a crow is. A crow, dying with thirst, saw a water jug across the pond. He flew to it with delight. But when he reached the water jug, he discovered that there was so little water that his beak could not possibly get at it. He can't get at it. But he tried and he tried again until he finally noticed the pebbles around him. Then he collected the pebble and put them in the water jug. He was then able to drink the water. It's an excuse. But it seems that in the crow's place, the modern student would die of thirst. Why? Because he had been taught by teachers who had long and thin beaks. Teachers who teach not the skills and disposition to create the knowledge, but who only teaches that knowledge itself. The student would try and try and try again until he's all broken, and when he's all hurt, he would perish. Our generation have their own anguish, joy, and challenges, different from the old. So one system that worked for the previous generation might not work as well for the next one. And isn't that the case for change? Especially in education. Teachers across various different countries, Russia, Turkey, Japan, Qatar, Pakistan, were asked the same question. What qualities do young people really need for life? And the same type of answer came up across various different cultures. They need to be innovative. They need to be creative. They need to be reflective. They need to have confidence and communication. But these are all very beautiful answers coming from the noble profession of who teaches the generation that will ultimately replace their own. But when they were asked the second question, which one of you actually teaches these qualities? Their silence was deafening. Teachers here present in the audience, which one of you actually believe that you teaches these qualities? I'm glad that there are people who does raise their hand. I'm glad that you are part of the future. But those who did not, perhaps, and just perhaps, you guys are part of a dying species of bird with long and thin beaks. Perhaps you're not trained to teach these qualities. How about students? Which one of you actually truly believe that you are learning these qualities that you might need in later in life in your school curriculum? Well, most people do not. And lastly, one question. Do you trust your elders enough to question them? Do you trust that they won't persecute them if you question them? Well, if you do not, then no change will be accepted by all. So at our school, we came together and we decided that education to school and life is the best way to prepare young people for life. Education, for sure, but not as it is now. We came together as a community with a spirit of trust and collaboration, and we had questions that needed answering. We asked these questions to our middle schoolers to see what answer they could generate. The first question was, what sort of education do young people really need for life? After heavy debates, our answer had 3 points. Education is about learning widely, not only from lectures, but also friends, media, nature, the world around them. Happiness is about taking meaningful action towards your surrounding. And finally, success then will rely upon how good you are at doing the things that makes you happy and makes you and others happy over yourself. And these, you can come, we have an actual condensed answer, but you can come to me afterward to discuss more about it. And so this is the first question. You might say to me that it's a bit dreamy, and that is the point of the second question. How can school actually provide that sort of education? If the first question is to let kids think idealistically about education, then the second question is it propels their problem-solving mindset into actual solution. It leads them to create individual and group proposal for change. It leads them to seriously consider whether or not to change lesson length, whether or not to abolish uniform, whether or not to change the way teachers approaches teaching and learning. It leads them to ponder the roles of parents, of teachers, and of the learners themselves. It leads them to ponder the values of work, choices, and relationship. Homework, subject choices, and interpersonal relationship. And it leads them to think about their future, their path, their university. Where are there truly alternatives to these universities? And after we came up with these solutions, the young people must work together to make these proposals a reality. And in doing so, we gather our communities, the learners, the teachers, the parents, and educational experts in the symposium. And in this symposium, we all exchange and communicate each proposal, clashing our minds with each other to find the best way for school improvement. And that event to us was truly a community event. And this process that I'm bringing to you, it is a process that asks young people to meet big changes in society with small ones in the community, appropriate for the community, and the one that involve the whole community. It is a way of giving the young people experiences that may shape their path as well as their personal meanings. And most importantly, I think it is a kind, meaningful, and more intimately human a remedy to the school system that we have today. Why? Because you can identify a shared vision within your school community. You can discover your own cultural way to success. You can bring your community together with a spirit of trust and collaboration. And we want to bring this to you online via face-to-face, offline via face-to-face, online. via our website, which come to me later for the details. And let's together push forth the movement and take part in the potential change in transformation of education. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Long.